Thank you. Yes, as you can see, you're hearing my voice today because it is my podcast.
Yeah, it is.
So this podcast is called What If. So it's all about any what if related. And I'm joined by my co-host / housemates, Jake and Joe.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how you guys feeling today?
I'm excited.
Thirsty.
Actually, yeah, I've got my water this time. But yeah, I think it's a good. All about that. What if?
I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what if.
What's your first topic?
Yes. So, okay. So the first topic about what if you guys don't know, my name is Paolo, and I know there's been a lot of speculations of where I've been, you know, if anybody's seen me, but I'm alright.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Probably
Although
not.
he was, Paolo was on All About That Drama not too long ago.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all about that drama.
Yeah, I was the.
If you want to see
he
his
was
experience on drama, go watch that
Yeah.
on All About That Drama series. Same
Yeah.
thing. All under All About That podcast. Anyway,
He was one of the
first
subjects,
subjects.
participants.
Anyway, go on then. What's our first topic
yes.
today?
So the first topic is what if the Nazi Germany's won the Second World War.
The Nazi Germany's.
Nazi Germany's.
Oh, the Nazis won the Second World War.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you could give your opinion first. Or do you
Yeah.
want us to go first?
Oh no, I want you guys to go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
I'll let you go first.
Mm.
I'm eating my bread. Sorry.
Oh, I've got a good thing here.
Yeah.
So, if Nazi Germany, if they had won the war, I think it would obviously be a lot different today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because,
100.
but I think in a very negative way.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
in a very
100%.
negative way, because
Yeah.
obviously it'd be very, fascism.
Yeah.
Like, there'd be just control from one leader. Obviously, it'd been Hitler.
Yeah.
How old would Hitler be today?
He wouldn't be alive.
He wouldn't. He would be
Dead.
Yeah, but obviously he'd have someone to
Yeah.
take his place.
Yeah.
Like he'll probably be around like 122,
I think it was
23 years old.
How old was he during World War II?
Some age.
Anyway, I think that everything we would have way less freedom than we already think we have.
That's true.
Like, obviously no one has 100% freedom these days because everyone has to work, and how old was he? He was born.
He was born in 1889, so he was
Yeah.
10 when.
He was born in the 19th century. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think today would be very, very different. Obviously, there'd be no freedom with it because Hitler had his. What was like his main goal? What was What was Hitler's thing?
To create the Aryan race.
Right.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah. So
You'd be alright.
yeah, I'd be okay, but I don't think. Although the thing is, we would be born different people.
We might not have even been born.
I think like
we would have been born completely different people. Say we were born, our personality and like the environment we would have been raised in, because our parents would have grown up fascists.
Yeah.
They would have been like everyone's normal kind of thing, and it would have been horrible. But another thing,
Who's got a guitar?
sorry, I just I wonder what would have happened. Another what if for you. If we didn't break Enigma, the cipher code. There's a really good film called what was it called again? With Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And the Sherlock Holmes and the Doctor Strange.
What's it called?
Is it Indication?
No, it's the Imitation Game.
The Imitation Game. But what if we never broke? What's it called again? Enigma. Like, what if we never broke Enigma? Because obviously, if you don't know what Enigma is, it's basically this cipher
Then we would have broken ourselves.
It's basically the cipher code that Nazis used to use to communicate, because obviously no one had an iPhone back then, to communicate to what the next war plans were and stuff, and to advance onto any of their oppositions. But Enigma was what it was called, basically. And
imagine if the Nazis used like emojis instead of like words.
that would have been even harder to crack.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Britain hired a team of 5 or 6 scientists, I think it was, and one of them that's the Imitation Game of Sport. It's based off where Benedict Cumberbatch plays, and they worked out, the 5 scientists worked out that it was going to take like 10,000 years for all of them, because it basically, Enigma changed every 24 hours, so scientists couldn't keep up with it, and they worked out it would have taken like 10,000 years to actually finally get there. But 5 of the scientists wanted to carry on. The main one, which is who Benedict, I can't remember, I think it's Turner.
Yeah,
it's Turner. I think that's his surname anyway. But
Tina.
he wanted to basically create a machine that would predict it anyway, and everyone was against this, and he actually ended up going to Churchill himself to get approving for that, and eventually it worked. He actually got it built. Everyone disagreed with him though, all his fellow scientists.
It was a massive party. Everyone celebrated.
Well, they did when it ended up working.
Yeah.
Yep.
But and when it did end up working,
drinks and everything.
But it's mad because like scientists refer to it as Turing machines and that, but that was what we call today computer. It was one of the first ever
computers,
if not the first computer.
Yeah.
Like scientists actually took teachings and like and how he made that to make computers nowadays. That's factual.
That is the fact.
That is fact. But yeah, no, I just think it's mad to think like, I think the world would be very different. But what if we'd never broke? Because I think it was estimated that if he didn't break Enigma when he did, the war would have gone on for 2 more years, and 2.5 million more people would have died.
And that would change the course of history.
Yeah.
Even one more person died.
Even if Britain still won, like 2.5 million more people.
Literally,
and it doesn't necessarily mean that Britain would have won.
Because if you think about it, those 2 million people that survived, like most of them had children, which could have been
us
or like followed on.
Yeah, it is mad, and it's sad because obviously it had to be all kept a secret because it was like MI6, which isn't even meant to be a thing, and then they had to burn it all up, and then he ended up tragically taking his own life because he was a homosexual, and obviously at the time it wasn't accepted, and so no one knew about who he was or what he had done, and like he's one of the biggest war heroes ever for World War II, and then unfortunately he was also put on trial because he was gay.
Yeah.
So it's sad, but at least Queen Elizabeth II, rest in peace, her soul.
God rest her soul.
She like pardoned, gave him a pardon, even though sadly he was gone by that point, but and made his story recognised, which is nice. Yeah, and that's why I think like it's more than just what if Nazi Germany won the war. I think the world would be very different, but like I don't think if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for breaking Enigma, I think things could have been very different. Yeah. But it wouldn't be a nice place to live in.
No.
What do you think then?
Personally, I think it would be. There's like a BBC dramatization of what would happen if Germany won the war.
Yeah.
I think it's something like the SS.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah. And basically, it's like a state that Germany was in under the Nazi ruling. It would have gone on to like Britain and Western culture, which potentially means none of the revolution would have, like the flower power would have happened. None of the Beatles, which means music today wouldn't be the same.
That's true. Music,
theatre wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
cinema wouldn't be the same.
They wouldn't even be around.
And a lot of people would be discriminated against obviously there's discrimination now.
Yes.
But it would be discrimination like in a completely different way and a more horrific way. Like if you think about what the Nazis did in 5.5 years. Yeah. If that carried on for the next, what we're in now, so it's like 70 years on.
Yeah. Do you think technology advancements would be like, because obviously we've come quite far today with technology, but do you think Hitler would have been like, just Nazis would have been really like wanting to put more into like space travel and stuff like that and exploring, I think, like, trying to take over?
I think technological companies wouldn't, like Apple and that and Amazon, wouldn't be around.
No.
Like was it commercial technology wouldn't be around.
Yeah.
Military like technology and industrial technology would like be far more advanced than space technology.
It'd all be controlled. It would just be branded Nazi.
Yeah, I don't think marketing or like advertising or TVs would be the same, or TV channels or comedy that we have now. TikTok wouldn't exist. Social media wouldn't exist.
True.
Because it'll basically be like what North Korea is now, but like slightly less repressed.
Yeah,
but
there'd be a lot more like a lot less independence in everything, whether that be companies, people's decision making. Like it'd all be controlled by under Hitler's.
A bit like is it Big Brother? The Malcolm Gladwell. 1984.
Oh, 1984, yeah, by
It'd be like
George Orwell.
Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah, George Orwell.
Yeah.
It'd be. It would be similar to that. Where it's like
like
state controlled.
Yeah. Like you can't up the other person. You gotta be in the same line. And if you fall out of line, then trouble.
Yeah.
But it would be crazy.
Yeah.
How different it would be.
I feel like there would not be as much leniency. Like if someone who looked like you did something bad, you just get thrown in prison without question.
Yeah.
There'd be no like authority or law. Well, there'd be authority, but no like law where it's like the democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a democracy
No.
at all.
Yeah. Like
There'd be no democracy.
It'd be a dictatorship.
The system itself would.
I was actually just about to say
break. Like the system in general, like in court cases and stuff, like there wouldn't be any justice to be shown.
It wouldn't, yeah.
And there'd be a lot more. There would be a lot more like class divide and social structure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, obviously Jews and stuff.
Yeah.
And just everyone that wasn't blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and who Hitler just didn't.
Or in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because Hitler had black hair.
Yeah, what is it with the blonde-haired, blue-eye thing?
Not sure. Not
just a personal preference.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Maybe it was a person he liked and they had blonde hair and blue eyes.
Yeah, well, he got his ball blown off in World War One.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I've heard this story as well.
Hitler lost a testicle.
Yeah.
Testy.
So maybe like he was one of the doctors who had blonde hair, blue eyes, who saved his
testy.
Say there's another one.
Oh wait, you got it reattached?
No, I didn't get it reattached, but saved his other one. It's like, thank you. I'm going to remember you.
Let me become a dictatorship and save every blonde-haired, blue-eyed person. Just kill everyone else. Yeah,
but there's
great one.
There's like a theory, like what we're doing on that mystery, all about that mystery. There's like a conspiracy theory where Hitler is still alive today.
Oh, I know.
I'm not going to get into it, but
oh yeah, don't get into it because I might have already looked at something about that. But
all right.
Anyway, this is all about that.
But I think definitely like the biggest thing that would have happened if World War II was if the Nazi Germany's
the Nazi Germany's
every time.
That's gonna be a slogan.
Can't
put that on a t-shirt, but that's.
Yeah, got it.
If the Nazis were to win, I think freedom of speech would have been
a lot different.
Yeah, like I think definitely like a lot of people would have been able to like speak their minds about so many stuff. And I think especially that because freedom of speech is so important because it's so important to express yourself, to say, basically being able to say things that are going on, and being able to not be afraid to speak about those things. And I think, especially about what happened with...
Sorry, just saw Joe drink a gallon of milk next to me.
I'm thirsty.
It's 2 gallons, isn't it?
Oh, my voice.
That's 2 litres. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Oh, no. So, but, yeah, I think...
What was your opinion then?
I think... Same with you guys. I think it would have definitely been a lot more different. Like I think the values would have changed. I think, of course, like you know racism, you know, like prejudice, I think all of that would have been even more affected, and it would have been a very, I'm gonna say it would have been a very not nasty place.
Yeah.
Thank God that due to the Enigma.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's not just that.
Yeah.
Oh no, not just that, but I think it was.
Well, yeah, no. Obviously,
Yeah.
they go 2 and 2, but obviously
It's a
combination.
mix of things.
Yeah,
you need, it's a mix of things. Obviously, Winston
definitely,
Churchill, great leader, but
Yeah.
also
To an extent.
To an extent.
in certain
Yeah.
parts, but
Yeah,
great,
some
great,
parts.
great
Military
war,
mindset.
Yeah, military mindset. That's what I was
Like,
gonna say.
led us to the victory.
But like, obviously, a combination of him,
Mm.
Enigma being cracked, and also the soldiers to carry out, because they
Yeah,
literally had to choose with Enigma.
Mm.
They got to choose basically who lived or died, because obviously if they were too obvious about it,
Yeah.
the Germans would have found out. I shouldn't say Germans. The Nazis would have found out.
Yeah.
Oh, they've cracked Enigma. Let's just change it, and they would have changed it within a week. So
Yeah.
they needed to do it in a calculated way without them realizing they've actually figured it out.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Like, they couldn't do it straight away and be like, yeah, we know you.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
well,
Guys.
when they first figured it out, they realized that there was a communication coming through that one of their warships were going to be ambushed.
Mm.
And one of the scientists, the youngest scientist out of all of them, he was literally 17, I think, or something like that.
Mm.
And his older brother was on that ship, and unfortunately, they had to they had to come to the decision of not warning them, or they would have found out if they just randomly
Yeah.
went, "Oh, there's a ship coming, be
Yeah.
prepared," which is sad, but
I think that's heartbreaking.
Mm.
Like, it might, like, especially put in that situation, knowing that you have this
it's a lot of responsibility.
yeah, like that the responsibility, and also knowing that you have this power, like this machine that could basically save millions of lives.
You're basically playing the powers of God, aren't you?
Literally,
Choosing who
it
lives
did-
and dies,
yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of thing. But unfortunately, it was essential to win the war.
Yeah.
To I can't remember how they phrased it in the film, but it was basically to give out as much intel as possible without making it too obvious, but just enough for them to win the war,
Mm.
basically.
Well, if they didn't win the war, then more people would have died.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Which is,
Yeah.
you put that into perspective. It's a bit like, the train theory where, like, there's like a child there, or like 10 adults there. Which one do you go to?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Do you pull the
yeah.
lever or not?
Mm.
It's a bit like that. It's like the moral compass. But also, I was thinking, the regional accents of the UK would be vastly different.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, we might-
100%.
Not just the
Like-
UK,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Potentially might not have any.
It'll all just be
Yeah.
German.
Yeah, or like,
I think Hitler and Nazis, I think they probably would have convinced
Yeah.
the whole world to either speak German only, or for it to be the main.
Yeah.
he was not born in
yeah.
Germany.
Where was he born again?
Austria.
Oh.
Austria-Hungary.
And
Yeah,
it,
no, I remember that.
it's mad that, because of course, like, there are like steps on how he could have, overthrown and basically won the whole war, because of course him and the United States, US and Germany were heavy rivals,
Yeah.
of course. And of course, like, so what would have happened was he would have not had to declare a war on the US,
Mm.
and of course he would have had to give the US tons of money in order for them to side with them.
What Hitler would have.
Yeah. And Germany
Yeah.
itself, and of course he would have had to, like, overtake not just Britain but Russia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were allies at that point.
Yeah.
They were, weren't they?
And I feel like that's
yeah.
one. Germany messed up on that end with Russia because they didn't realize
Yeah.
how big Russia
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Also, I was thinking, if World War One didn't happen, or if Franz Ferdinand didn't get killed,
Yeah.
would the Holocaust happen? Like, would it, like?
Wow.
Because that's what started World War One,
I don't think it would have,
and then Hitler was in World War One as a soldier,
Yeah.
got his ball blown off, and then he was angry.
I don't think that's why it
No.
started.
It's not, but
But to be fair, I do think if World War One didn't happen, I don't think World War Two would have.
no,
because it would have been World War One.
Yeah. It would have been like World War One, and that's it.
Huh?
No, but in all seriousness, if the current World War One
Yeah.
didn't happen, then I don't think Nazi Germany
also-
would have ever been a thing.
Also, if World War One didn't happen, we may not potentially have like the military like vehicles that we have and weapons that we have to date.
There'd be there'd be loads of different like. Do you think capital cities? Capital cities?
Do I think capital cities?
Huh?
Do I think capital cities?
Do you think? No.
I
but
think
like,
capital letters.
like London. Imagine like London would just have. Well, either London wouldn't be here anymore,
No.
or
Oh, no,
London
there'll be no
imagine all,
London.
like imagine like London as it is now, and you know like massive advertisements everywhere, on big buildings, but it's just like just the Nazi symbol and all that.
Yeah.
Like just
And-
everywhere, and red flags.
And think about how, of course, like you have war now. Like I think propaganda now would have been heavily expressed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I definitely feel like us as young adults, we would have been forced.
And I feel like the history
yeah,
of like the war and pre that,
yeah,
would just be gone.
like the history of like the kings and stuff, and like
yeah,
would just be
The
all gone.
monarchs, yeah.
I think as well, like if it was to go that way, I think jobs as we know them now, I genuinely think like 70% of the population on Earth would probably be within the military.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
or maybe even
Literally.
more. Like it'd all be part of. What are they? It was just the Nazi army. Was that what they were referred to?
No, it was the Nazi party.
Yeah.
So what was their?
That's what they call Nazis. But
Just not. Right.
it was just the army.
But it's,
The Hun.
It's crazy to think about though.
Yeah.
And we're lucky that we had,
Yeah.
as many brave people on the front lines. as we
Yeah,
did.
honestly, like without them, like Britain wouldn't be what it is today.
No.
And of course, like we always have to give them respect and be graceful that we are here today.
Yeah.
And without them, like
The world would be very, very different.
yeah, it'll be different. Honestly,
I mean, imagine if neither sides won.
If it was like a draw and they went to penalties.
No, I'm thinking nukes, like nuclear warfare.
Well, that's what happened America got into the war like late on, and then Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Really?
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's technically like that's what caused the war to end with Japan and America. So basically, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, and then America retaliated by using nukes, which were the first nukes ever to be used.
And then
Man.
did they
like-
use them?
Yeah, Hiroshima.
Oh.
So that's what basically they blew that up with nukes.
Because there is
forgot about that.
on YouTube there's a the massive the famous explosion and
Yeah.
how
the
it
mushroom cloud.
yeah like
And then Japan surrendered because of that.
yeah
And then that's basically one of the reasons why World War II ended, because the nukes.
yeah
They were the first to use and last to be used in any war.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's only like 3 left of ones that were like atomic. There's only 3. I think their names are called atomic, because obviously there's loads of different nuclear bombs, but I think there's 3 called atomic bombs, which are like the biggest they've ever made, which can take out like small countries. But there's only 3 left, and they're all in all 3 in museums in Russia.
Well,
wow
I'm just gonna say, if you think of like the Hiroshima bombing, think of like that, but on like a 40 times scale,
Yeah.
and that's Russia's current biggest bomb.
Yeah.
oh my god
That's the atomic one, I think.
It's the Tsar bomber.
Yeah.
that bomb
And that's still in use. Like that's still
oh god
Yeah,
they've still got that in their arsenal.
God.
You know that's where the saying "rule of thumb" comes from.
The what?
the rule,
You know
rule of the thumb
saying "rule of thumb."
Yeah.
You know the rule of. So if you do that, and your thumb, if you put it out in front of you as far as you can, and if your thumb covers the mushroom cloud from where you're looking at it, then
Fine.
you're going to be fine for radiation and like impact.
Yeah.
That's where the rule of thumb saying comes from.
was that accurate like
No, it's just a someone did that, and I was like, oh, I'm not injured.
No, I think it has some sort of accuracy to it. But you know, like the game Fallout 4 and Fallout, or just the game franchise Fallout.
Yeah.
You know the Fallout boy.
Oh,
he's got his thumb out.
He does that, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
because he's trying to see the nuke and trying to see if it's gonna hit him or not.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, little fact.
Yeah.
Bringing facts to your own podcast, pal.
Yeah. Put a little dazzle on the facts.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, of course, with World War II and stuff, it was unfortunate how it happened. But of course, thank God that, we're able to get the victory and stuff. Yeah. And of course, respect to the soldiers. Yeah. And of course, respect to the man that made the...
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
What was his name?
The man that made...
I have a feeling it's Turner.
Yeah, I think it's... was it...
Oh, it was Tina. Sorry, I keep doing that joke.
Tina Turner.
I'm so wrong, but it still come up there.
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing.
Alan Turing.
Yeah, honestly, I respect to him, honestly.
Not Tina Turner.
Not Turner.
Not Turner.
I wanted to get his name right because I'm respect.
Alan Turing.
Of course, Alan Turing. Honestly, respect to him.
All the scientists here.
Yeah.
Hugh Alexandra.
Hugh Jackman.
Actually, one of them was a Soviet spy. One of the scientists, because MI6 believed that they needed to be because Churchill didn't want them to know about anything, but one of the members of MI6 got him in because they felt, because obviously the Allies. They wanted Russia to know what they were doing, basically.
Oh, okay.
The spy actually ended up not reporting back for the good of keeping Enigma safe, basically, because he believed that that's what they needed to do. But yeah, quite interesting. His name was John. I can't pronounce the second name.
John.
It's that one. John
John Kane. John. John Kane Cross. Yeah.
Is that right? Because half of his surname's cut out.
If you go back to the name,
I can't see it. Anyway.
Yeah.
John.
Good John.
Good John.
Yeah. Good John. You did us a favour.
Well done, good John.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a good little conversation.
Yeah. Thank you. It went off from a tangent, but I liked it.
Yeah, but
I like the tangent.
All about what if.
Relatable.
All about that what if.
Exactly.
What if? I'm down this note right now.
You gotta forget. It's my podcast now. It's I gotta say this.
It was a good first episode, pal. Well done.
Oh, thank you, man. I always gotta try. Always gotta try my best, but yeah, I'm glad I did it. But now it's time we say goodbye.
Am I leaking?
I think Joe's leaking. You better end it soon.
Oh,
he's leaking.
I'm leaking out.
All right, now, well, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope that you were able to, gain some information and also enjoy the podcast as well. And of course, whoever you are, wherever you're watching, have a lovely and beautiful day. And yes, you shall hear and see my voice again soon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh wait, we're doing that for every podcast. I thought it was the
Are we doing that?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.